Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me know if you can hear me and see me and if the sound is good, please. I will start to introduce things while I wait for confirmation that the audio and video are good. My name is Janet Wright, and I'm an energy healer and reader and teacher. And oh, good, I did get confirmation. Thank you. I love my little hellos. Oh, I should say hello to you guys too with text, since I like those texts. Hello. Okay, so this will be a group healing that I'm doing for 95 people actually this time in 7 countries, including 12 kids ages 1 to 17, which is so cute. And the theme today is enthusiasm. And oftentimes in the group healings, you need to focus a lot more on the foundational stuff than the theme stuff to do the best work with the theme stuff. You have to really get the foundation down really solid, like chakra repair, aura repair, grounding, all that stuff. And that's true today as well. I'm just going to try to be very time efficient with it. And then I think I'm going to be doing a really kind of big handful of theme related techniques today, but we'll see. You know, I'm working with Archangels Ariel and Jophiel, so they can they can give messages, and I will say them out loud whenever they want. And so we'll see, but I'm going to announce what I think that the theme related techniques are going to be and the regular techniques. But you know, for the actual definitive list, we have to go ahead and do it, and then the definitive list will be within a day or two. Will be in the comment section. I post a healing summary with timestamp links to everything that we did. Let me see how many people are viewing, because I'm not getting a lot of hellos. Oh, I don't have data. Oh, wait, there we go. Oh, we don't have a lot of morning viewers yet. Well, it's not morning necessarily for you guys. We do have people from all over the US. I don't know if I have non-US people yet, but that's not my technical issue. But anyway, so today's healing, obviously the 95 people that I'm healing, they don't have to watch live. So that's probably why a lot of them are not, because it's saved later as a video. Oh good, I'm getting more hellos. Thank you. It's more fun that way for me. Otherwise it's like I'm talking to my cats. But anyway, okay. So enthusiasm is really fun in life. Enthusiasm is generated by the Heart Chakra. Oh, good, from the Netherlands. Hello. So anyway, enthusiasm is generated by the Heart Chakra, fourth chakra in the center of the chest, and I think. Oh, Madrid as well. Thank you. Hello. So it is generated by the fourth chakra, and also the fourth chakra generates a lot of other really important, helps with a lot of other really important abilities. So I think maybe I think some people have been really jazzed for this topic, but other people maybe are like, enthusiasm, that sounds so trivial. Whatever, I'm not going to waste my time on that. But not only is enthusiasm really, really fun, so it helps with quality of life, in a big way, but the other fourth chakra abilities, which will also be indirectly helped as we work enthusiasm, are motivation, self-love, self-esteem, self-care, compassion, gratitude, what else? I think that's the basic gist. And so then there are these negative things when this chakra or the fourth layer of the aura are not flowing properly or not working properly. So if they're too weak or too blocked, then you can have resentment, you can feel lonely. A lot of people feel lonely sometimes, and they think it's sort of this rational cause and effect thing, like, well, I don't have any friends, so therefore I am lonely. That is actually not true. I know that seems hard to believe, but the heart chakra generates energy that then makes you feel not lonely. So it's totally wild. But that was very helpful for me personally, because I don't have contact with any of my genetic family members since I was like 22. So it was very important to me to build up my heart chakra a lot so that I didn't feel lonely during holidays, things like that. And so if you have good, strong heart chakra energy, even if you don't have a husband or you don't have, positive genetic family relationships or whatever, you actually won't feel lonely, which is like pretty magical and helpful. So anyway, that's that. So the other negative qualities that if it's too blocked or too weak would be like feeling resentment, feeling bitter, feeling lonely, like I said, feeling cheated, feeling betrayed. What that means is you could be betrayed by somebody, but if your heart chakra is really strong or you heal it, afterwards, right after or something, then those feelings of being cheated or betrayed don't linger. You can get over it really fast by just regenerating, healing, repairing your heart chakra, fourth chakra, and your fourth layer of your aura. Maybe doing some of the extra techniques that we'll be doing today. But so it's all really good to know about. So what other things? Cheated, feeling like life isn't fair. Sometimes that's aura damage as well, but also a damaged or weak or blocked heart chakra or fourth layer will make you feel that way. That's the basic gist. I think you get the idea. So super, super important for quality of life, heart chakra. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to specifically work enthusiasm, but we're also going to be, repairing the heart chakra, which helps all the fourth chakra abilities and all these other theme-related exercises we're going to do. We're aiming them at enthusiasm, but it's going to perk up all the other stuff indirectly. So it should be very interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading your post-healing surveys if you would like to take a minute or two, either tomorrow or a week from now, because the Healing Masterclass surveys, it's not as time sensitive for me. I'll stop looking for them after about 2 weeks, but within a week or so, that's fine. But anyway, what else? So the new techniques, okay, so the techniques that are not new that of course we would do that are sort of foundational that we do in all group healings would be grounding, making it really wide, you're grounding your connection to the earth, unblocking it, aura repair, unblocking the aura, which means melting the hard stuck parts that are in random places in your aura, getting in the way of flow and presence, and taxing your chakras extra because of the hardness. It's hard to keep energy circulating if you have this hard energy block. So that's unblocking the aura. We'll be, of course, doing that. We'll probably especially unblock the fourth layer of the aura, because that is directly relating to the heart chakra, fourth chakra, so enthusiasm, which is the point of the healing. We're going to melt that shell, the outer shell. You can have a shell on the outside of your aura. It just builds up with stress. And if you also have like negative, some of those imbalances that we were just talking about or others, you can kind of attract heaviness to you. And so it can build up like a shell around you and make it harder for you to receive healings from your angels and also receive, gold light from this healing, So if we melt that shell on the outside of your aura of stuck energy, it'll just help you to get more out of this healing today. And we're going to do magnetic alignment very fast, but that helps. It's an extra way to align your chakras, to align the magnetic fields of the chakras, and that strengthens the aura a lot, which is good for our energy safety. We're going to also recycle, this is new, we're going to recycle, I'm calling them blitzing beings. Blitzing is just a term. It's not actually slang. It's like a real word, but it sounds like a slang word, but it means to attack. So beings, there are some, you know, like you're a giant and mighty being, right? But there are some little sort of annoying, invasive beings that just sort of, you know, send energy. And a lot of times magnetic alignment discourages many of those beings, but not all of them. So you might have some beings kind of shooting energy, say at, you know, the front of your 6th chakra, or down at the top of your 7th chakra, or, you know, in the front of your 1st chakra, things like that. And it could just make you feel like there's just more pressure on you. And most people, they just think of that as like, oh, I'm having a stressful day, you know, this happened and I'm stressed out. You know, they don't really realize it's just these blitzing beings. So we're gonna recycle them. The interesting thing about them is they can cause energy leaks because they're supplying so much extra energy, you know, as they're trying to, you know, attack you. They just send a continuous energy, these blitzing beings. And it's not like one blast and then, you know, one blast 5 minutes later. It's like a continuous stream, kind of like pressure washing. If you pressure wash a house, you know, with a continuous strong stream of water. Well, these beings are trying to pressure wash you, but not in a good way. So we're going to recycle them. But a lot of times that is the reason why people get leaky, like their energy channels spring leaks. Like a lot of times people have energy leaks in the back of their shoulders where they're just leaking a lot of energy out their shoulders. And it, of course, contributes to shoulder pain and neck pain. Another common place that people leak energy a lot is out of the knees and the thighs. And so you'll be bringing up earth energy and then half of it just leaks out on the way before it gets to your 1st chakra. And that can be because these blitzing beings are adding so much foreign energy into a certain part of your body that it just has got to go somewhere, right? So it'll just kind of bust out, you know, your leg channels or your shoulder energy channels. So if you get rid of the blitzing beings, a lot of times the leaks just automatically heal up, which I think is kind of interesting. Because you can heal the leaks without getting rid of the beings. But then probably, like, you know, it's not going to last as long probably because the blitzing beings are still trying to blitz you. So hopefully this way it lasts longer. And plus, you know, it's just a quick little trick. You just ask your angels to do it, you know, so that could be a way in which you get leaky, you're unleaky more consistently. Is if you know, if your energy channels stay repaired longer by having your angels recycle the blitzing beings. So anyway, it's just a really simple little thing. So we'll add that. And we'll really quickly do good karma windows in the back because I did see a few people really needed it. It's for energy safety. It's important. It just repairs this area behind your neck and head. And that helps you feel a lot less overwhelmed, helps with focus. So that's good karma windows. Creative ring, we're just going to do basic creative ring repair this time. So like 3 gold rings above your head, they generate gold light, send it down to your 7th chakra in a good way. It's like inspiring energy that helps you to kind of feel perky and sparkly. So those rings, if you get blitzed too much, they can kind of split open, you know, or if your aura gets too ripped and so it stops protecting the area, they can get like broken, the rings. So we're just going to do basic repair and put them back together, which is important. So that's sort of the basic stuff, the foundational stuff. I don't mean basic like who cares, you know, it's really important. We're going to add another thing too, based on one of the people getting the healing today. She's a newbie, and she said she had a funny tingling in her hand chakra. And sometimes, like, you know, your hands can tingle when you're starting to feel energy and you haven't felt that before. You're like, there's a tingling. My hands are tingling when I'm healing myself. You know, so that's just you're starting to feel energy, which is, you know, cool. But then I think with her, she just had a little being stuck in her hand chakra. So it was making an odd sort of extra sensation in one hand specifically. So that's just a little being like stuck in the hand chakra, you know, so the motor's trying to work and the little being's in the way. So she's more aware of it. So we'll do a little quick clean out of the arms and the hand chakras, just have the angels do it in case you have some little nutty invasive beings just clogging things up in your arms and your hands as you try to heal yourself. So that's easy because the angels do it. But that's all the sort of foundational stuff, I would say. And then the theme related stuff that we will do some or all of what I'm about to list. We'll see. And again, the theme is for enthusiasm, right? So heal inner wounds. That's a really easy, quick, but big deal thing to do. Heal inner wounds. Clear childhood burdens. That is also easy, but big deal. Childhood burdens, it's often like stuff you took on from your parents. Just like say when you were 2 or 3 or 4, you know, and you know, maybe you were not cooperating or something, and so one of your parents just kind of dumped a bunch of frustration in your space, you know, maybe mostly accidentally, you know. So sometimes that's how it happens. So we're going to help you to clear childhood burdens because that can be in the way of your enthusiasm. Sometimes I see like, oh yeah, you had enthusiasm up until you were 3 years old and then not so much, you know. So that's, you know, boom, you know, 1 or 2 adults just like dumped a bunch of pain, basically blocked energy into your energy system. Again, probably mostly accidentally, you know, just because of life stress, and kids are such sponges that it happens very quickly and easily. So it doesn't necessarily mean that your parents were overall, you know, bad parents, although it might be. They might have been, but anyway, that's what we're gonna do too. So heal inner wounds, clear childhood burdens to the extent that is healthy and gentle to do today, right? All these techniques, you can keep doing them more and more because we're just gonna do what's healthy and gentle to do at one time, and then you could use the video later again and again if you want. And you can use the timestamp links down in the comment section that will be there within 2 days. So that, I mean, maybe later today, hopefully. We'll see. So anyway, the third theme related is heal inner child. So parts of you that are wounded and stuck in a sort of a child space. So we'll say heal wounded inner child. That's more clear. So that's one technique. Another technique, the fourth one is heal your inner motivators. That's somewhat new and I really like that one. That is that you have parts of you that are not wounded. They're supposed to be heal inner motivators. They're parts of you that are supposed to be peppy and, you know, helping you to motivate, and they you can actually look at these parts of you as like separate little mini yous and see what's up with them. Like maybe one of them is angry, maybe one of them is sad, maybe one of them is scared, and you can heal them, like give them little energy healings, these parts of you, and then they like can feel better pretty easily, and it's really neat. So, and that's something you could do over and over again. So heal your inner motivators, which are parts of you. Extra repair and healing and unblocking for the 4th chakra, because that's the chakra that generates enthusiasm. And I think I'm going to do, yeah, I am going to do, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure of it now. Something that is new today, I'm going to use more clairaudience and describe to you guys how to, what it's like, or the process of using clairaudience, which is hearing of energy, when you're repairing your chakras, to kind of listen to how it sounds when it's spinning, because it might have like a scraping sound or some kind of funny sound. If a chakra's fully repaired, you can kind of hear it, and it's just like this perfectly spinning wheel that doesn't make weird, strange scraping sounds. So you can have devices that maybe you didn't notice visually that you could hear. You can hear like this weird scraping sound or something, and then you're like, oh yeah, that is something there. So again, I'm always talking about using all the abilities that you have, and you have all these abilities, because you have the chakras that give you these abilities. Like some people, they just have more of a simple idea of it, like, oh, I'm just a clairvoyant, or I'm just an intuitive, or I'm just a telekinetic person, or I'm just this. And it just, what they're saying is they have one ability that is stronger for them right now. But it's kind of silly, because you can open up whichever abilities that you want, basically, through a lot of consistent work. So why limit yourself like that, So anyway, so we're going to use clairaudience, hearing of energy, as we heal the chakras. So we'll see. We'll see how I incorporate that today. But that'll be a first, I think, for a group healing. We may also do clairaudience with the Chakra Rivers. Sometimes I talk about Chakra Rivers, but I don't talk about it a lot. It's just the energy pathway that is like coming to the chakra and away from the chakra to the layer of the aura. So here's your fourth layer. And so energy flows into the front of the fourth chakra, spins around inside, and then flows out the back of the fourth chakra to the back of the fourth layer. And then it wraps around all the way around everywhere to the front of the fourth chakra. So this little pathway here is a fourth chakra river, and this pathway here is a fourth chakra river. And so if you unblock these rivers, that really helps the heart chakra. I mean, unblocking the whole fourth layer helps too, but the rivers help. So you can kind of listen, like if you have a stethoscope and you're listening to your heartbeat, like other times you wouldn't hear it. But if you press a device that's connected to your ear onto it, you hear your own heartbeat, right? So it's kind of like that. If you just, tune your clairaudience to hear in a specific place in your aura, then you can hear like the energy blocks, and it kind of makes a thud. It's hitting these blocked energy as opposed to like a nice consistent flow. So again, you're probably, it might come easy to you right away, or you might think, oh, I can't do that, And I would just say, again, don't assume that you will never be able to do it. Just kind of wing it for a while, because a lot of times that's how abilities open up more. So, and then we'll probably be doing bringing in enthusiasm. Like there's a video I have, call back, bring in. If you search Janet Wright, call back, bring in, you would find it. So half of that video is this technique where you just look at the energy of yours that you've been trying to bring in, that you just haven't been able to bring in yet. And particularly after we do all these techniques, there should be a whole bunch of enthusiasm that hasn't yet come in, and you can kind of encourage it to come in with the gold light. And so then that'll help your enthusiasm to come in more, come into your energy field. So that's the basic gist. But we'll see. Like I said, sometimes, that list gets edited down and simplified. It depends, because it's a sort of a living thing. I'm watching the 95 people. And so it could be that one technique fixes two problems at once. So that's why it's sort of still, it's not set in stone. Someone says, what's the difference between blitzing beings and flashlight beings? I think Flashlight beings and blitzing beings, I guess they're the same, but blitzing beings as a name, I think makes a little more sense because flashlight is sort of like more of a positive thing, it like illuminates, if you have just in the real world a flashlight. Whereas blitz, that word it's got attack in the word, so it's sort of more appropriate. Like it is a beam of light, but it's consistent and it's supposed to like wear you down, like a pressure washer or something. So I guess maybe I'm ditching the term flashlight beings and going for blitzing beings instead. Plus you have that alliteration of the two B's, blitzing beings, which seems more fun. So yeah, so there's no difference between blitzing beings and flashlight beings. It's just different cute names that I thought up. Hopefully that's not too confusing. All right, so small sales note very quickly before we just start is that if you don't get my news emails, you can just email me and ask. My email is janet@janetwrightreadings.com, just like this YouTube channel, but janet@janetwrightreadings.com. And you can ask to be on my general news email list. The emails at this point come out like once a month, usually. And you don't have to be, like, say you've just watched my videos for 4 years and you haven't taken that plunge yet to actually receive a healing from me. But you might, I guess. You can email me and say hi and introduce yourself and ask to be on my general news email list. That's fine. And the December group healings went up on the 15th. They always go up on the 15th. They went up and they sold out. Actually, like the triplet healings sold out within less than a day for December triplet healings. And then the Healing Masterclass, the December Healing Masterclass, there still are some spots left for that. It says 23 spots, but it could be less than that. I have to tally up some things, so it might be more like 18 spots left. But anyway, so those are going. And that December Healing Masterclass, it's cool because it's right before the end of the year, and the Archangels decided that we're gonna do like literally end of year stuff. That'll be the theme, like getting closure on all that happened in 2020 for you, all that you experienced that affected you either subconsciously or consciously, and then helping you to get kind of set and excited in a positive way about 2021. And I think that's especially appropriate this year. I think it's always useful, but I think this year has been extra triggering on deeper levels, because of the pandemic and political upheaval and all sorts of things. So it's one of those, it's just good to like get that stuff out of the way, get the triggers cleared, get the baggage cleared, so you don't bring it on, into your future. So that's the December Healing Masterclass. There are, like I said, a small number of spots still on my website. And you could, if you can't afford even the smallest, it's a sliding scale fee, but if you even can't afford the smallest fee, then you can watch and heal yourself as I do it. So I'm excited about that. Oh, and there are these auto pay subscriptions, and there are almost none left that I can offer people. Like they exist, like people have them, the people that have had them already that bought them, they just keep continuing the subscriptions until they cancel or I cancel. And so it buys them automatically each month the group healings that they want, either both each month, the triplet and the Healing Masterclass, or just one, like all the triplets or all the Healing Masterclasses each month. It just automatically buys them so they don't have to think about it. And there's only one auto pay subscription left that buys you both each month, the triplet and the Healing Masterclass. There's only one of those left, like period. And then there's only There's none left that will only buy you the triplet set each month. No more subscriptions left for that. And then there's 6 left. 6 auto-pay subscriptions left that would buy you the Healing Masterclass, like this one that we're about to do, each month. So there are Healing Masterclass only subscriptions. So if you buy it, then it's just going to keep, that payment will come out each month, and it still has the sliding scale rates. So you pick, like, the rate that you pick when you first buy it, that's the rate that would come out each month on the same day. But anyway, if you have questions about that, you can just email me. But the point is that there's only like a couple left. So, and then when they're gone, they're gone. Because I always want to allow some, it's at this point, it's like 60-40 roughly. Like I only want enough auto-pay subscriptions so that maybe like 60% are that. And then 40% of the what I have available to offer are available for manual purchase when they go up on my website. So that's why there's almost no more left to purchase the auto-pay subscriptions. But there are, like I said, a couple left. So you could check my website if maybe you've been thinking about that and you want it, but for some reason you've procrastinated. This would be the time to smack yourself into action. On my 11th hour champions. It's almost too late, but it's not exactly too late, depending on which one you wanted. Very cool. So I'm very excited about this one. I want to say too, I think, about enthusiasm, returning to the discussion of the theme. Enthusiasm is not like an all or nothing thing, and your enthusiasm, so it's like we're working enthusiasm, but it's not like, like say right now you're kind of half depressed and half confused and half scared, right? So getting to like full-on enthusiasm is probably not the baby step that you're going to be doing, right? What we're going to do is we're going to stabilize with all the fundamental stuff we do. We're going to stabilize that so you're less scared, less worried, less confused, right? Less depressed. And then we're going to amp up your enthusiasm so that you'll become more enthusiastic. So if now you're 0.00 enthusiastic, maybe you'll be like, 25% enthusiastic, which will be a nice breath of fresh air, right? So you work the techniques more and more and more and more and more, and that increases. So just so you know, like, people tend to not realize, that growth is incremental. And so, say you have chronic depression, is this a topic that you should work? Yeah, I would say so, because all these techniques, they can kind of uplift you so that, but the idea would be the baby step from being super depressed is being medium depressed. And then the baby step in front of that one, after that one, is being moderately depressed or a little depressed, right? And that's actually progress, right? So to just try to keep in mind all growth is relative, honor where you're at, respect where you're at, and it's okay. Like, nobody's gonna go from deep depression to grounded, fully present enthusiasm right away. So it's not that you're failing if you're not making that miraculous leap, and I would say too, because I said grounded, present enthusiasm, people can have like a euphoric sort of out of body thing, which they might think is enthusiasm, but it's more of this like euphoria, kind of almost hysteria, very ungrounded, and that kind of enthusiasm can be very temporary. Like, you could really fly into a wall with that kind of enthusiasm because you're not present. Like, you still have all the wounds and the burdens that are keeping you not enthusiastic, so your spirit just pops out, and then you can kind of have some sort of airy, less stable version of it out there, but it doesn't last because you're not particularly safe and stable that way. I would say maybe it's an avoidant kind of euphoria, so what we're working on is the opposite of that. We're working on you really clearing out the deep stuff so that you can stay here, and then you get a incremental lightening up that is more durable. and more steady and consistent. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So now we'll have a quiet minute or two as I center myself a little extra, say hi to all the 95 people that I'm about to heal, say hello to them again, so they're all like realizing they're about to get healed, and then I'll start healing. And I'll usually be quiet for like about a minute as I'm healing, but you'll know because my hands are moving. Like up here, my hands are moving because usually I check people's aura first. So that's when I'm starting the group healing, is when my hands start moving up like that. But then, you know, about a minute into it, I'll start talking. So overall, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes silence. So you can just chill out, meditate, breathe, have a healthy beverage, whatever you want. Okay, thank you so much for waiting. So when you heal yourself, you can have a copy of your energy system out in front of you, whichever part you're healing at that time. You just imagine or create with your intention a copy out in front of you. You don't have to see it with like perfect, picture perfect clairvoyance. You just imagine. And first, let's have the angels clean out your arms and your hands and your hand chakras and your fingertip chakras. Just, you know, why not declog a little bit? So anytime you would like to ask something of your personal angels, you just make sure you say angels, blah, 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 you know, whatever your request is. Because your angels are literally, you know, divine helpers that were appointed to you before your life began in heaven, and they're very trustworthy. So making sure that you say angels, you know, with their request, then that's good. Like sometimes people are like, whoever's out there, help me. No, because whoever's out there can include, you know, blitzing beings, invasive beings, and you would be inviting some unhealthy situations into your life. So we don't want that, right? So you can just say, angels, can you please clean out my arms and my hands and all the energy centers in my arms, shoulders, and hands? Yeah, so again, angels, can you please clean out all the energy centers and channels in my shoulders, arms, and hands? You don't have to hold them up while you do this. Okay, cool. So you may feel a tingling in your arms and shoulders and hands, but typically if it's just your energy flowing through, you're gonna feel like a nice, even sort of a awakened feeling, right? So maybe we'll just do a little extra healing. So now you can say, thanks, angels, if you want. But then you can imagine a copy of your shoulders, arms, and hands out in front of you. And you can do a little bit yourself and just use gold light and unblock your shoulders, your neck. The energy flows down the neck and shoulders, down the arms, and out the hand chakras, out the fingertip chakras. So you can just unblock that route with gold light. Oh, and we were talking about blitzing beings in the intro that I just did. And blitzing beings is, you know, like somebody pointed out, it's it's what I used to call flashlight beings. I just feel like blitzing beings maybe is more of a, it's still a playful name, but it's more accurate. So anyway, blitzing beings are just little beings way smaller than you because you're a mighty being. But anyway, blitzing beings could be sending energy consistently into your energy field that's theirs and not yours. And so it kind of makes that excess energy just kind of bust out so that maybe you have some leaks in your arms and your shoulders or your legs or wherever, right? So since we're doing arms and shoulders right now, we may as well cover that right now. Well, no, we'll cover it soon. Sorry. Because I got to get grounding and some other stuff. Because some people, their grounding just isn't wide enough yet and unblocked enough yet. And so we don't want to do too much, you know, gymnastics without all that in place first. Because your grounding just, it makes you strong and powerful and stable, right? So you don't want to try to, you know, get rid of a whole bunch of beings or do a whole bunch of different things when you're just, you know, you're not grounded enough. You don't have any place for the energy to go. It just make the experience a little overly dramatic, which we don't want. So let's do grounding, right? So you just imagine you're grounding. You can remake it, make a brand new one. I would say make it as high as your third chakra, and make it red or orange or yellow, as wide as your whole aura. So wide, right? As wide as your whole aura. And you don't have to put out your arms. And just imagine red or orange or yellow, nice and wide, all the way down to the core of the earth. So it stays wide all the way down. And just use gold light and just imagine like a mini copy of that grounding you just made and just unblock it. Just imagine any hard stuff and just melt it with the gold light. And it could be that your grounding is just stubborn and it's not getting wide. And that's okay, you can fix it. You just keep using gold light, because sometimes there are just too many energy blocks and it sort of pulls it in. So just keep melting the energy blocks so that it becomes wide. And just keep looking for more energy blocks. Of course, any energy blocks that get in the way of enthusiasm, but any energy blocks, period, don't belong in your grounding. So just melt them away. Lots of gold light. And this is something that you can do at any point during your day. It doesn't have to be only at the start of a giant healing that you would do this. It's a really good thing to do. You know, people are like, why do I always get tired in the afternoon? Well, check your grounding, you know. Check your grounding, get it wide again, get it flowing again, especially in the back. You know, if you're cranky, it could be grounding. It could be aura damage and grounding being blocked and too narrow. So those things are quick fixes. So again, back of your grounding, just unblock it more and more. And, you know, if you don't check the back of your grounding regularly, you know, like I'm looking at somebody's mom who's getting this healing, the back of her grounding has been blocked for about, you know, almost a full week. So she's just got a little bit of a backlog. So just be patient and just let it all go. Somebody else's mom who's getting the healing. So it's like the client is actually an adult. And then, so this is that adult's mom. She's had a blocked grounding for about, I would say, 2 weeks. So, you know, it's okay. It just, you want to not skip this step, you know? Just melt away the buildup in the grounding. And then too, you can get a lot of heavy blocked energy in the bottom of the aura layers. So layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So you want this to be wide and flowing down here, not compressed and hard, right? So you just comb through it with gold light and you melt away the hard blocks. You don't want it to be like you're standing on a floor. You want it to be like you're just sort of comforted by a flowing force field and you're standing on the ground, you know? But you want this to flow all around you. That's going to help your body. It's going to help your mood, everything. So again, under the feet, in the aura, you want to unblock that. As well as unblocking your grounding. Somebody's brother, their grounding has been blocked just for like 2 days. So with him, he's catching up because even 1 day of blocked grounding is kind of a thing. It blocks everything up, backs everything up. So now he's releasing extra out the back of all his chakras because this blockage was making the chakras not release properly. So now that this is not so blocked, it's nice and wide and flowing, it helps, you know, all the releasing everywhere. Somebody's little child is, you know, getting the healing, and she has had a blocked narrow grounding for about 3 days. So it looks like she's been a lot more sort of intense and jumpy at home. So that's something that parents can learn to do for their young children. You know, once you learn it on yourself first and you get good at it, then you can learn to help your child unblock their grounding. And then too, over time, you could teach them a process where they do it themselves. You know, I have some simple short little videos. But anyway, so what are we doing? Unblocking the grounding still and unblocking the backs of all the chakras. Because again, enthusiasm isn't sort of by itself. It means that to really feel your enthusiasm, that means you also have to have very low or no depression, or very low confusion, very low feelings of, anger, very low worry, so we need all the chakras to be happy, right? So just go light in the backs of all the chakras so they can release better. Because any chakra opening can kind of get blocked up with energy blocks, and then it doesn't release properly. You don't need a doll to do it though. You just imagine your 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just open cylinders for your chakras, and just, unblock the back of the open cylinder. We'll do more chakra unblocking too later on with a different technique. So anyway, let's do aura repair. We did grounding, unblocking just now, a lot of it. So that's really good. And aura repair, you just imagine your aura, the big bubble around you, and it could be deflated. It could be, have giant rips in the top or the back or in the front, anywhere. So you just imagine whatever it is now, and just have the gold light go to any of the ripped areas, so they get healed up. And if you are maybe intermediate or advanced, and your aura, you just checked it, there's no damage, it's already big and flowing, then go on to unblocking, which is you hunt for the blocked areas and you melt those. And you could start with the very top and the very bottom of your aura layers and just start unblocking there, or right in front, because any triggered energy happens in front, or maybe in back. It's too compressed back here. So there's a lot of unblocking of the aura that you can do. But first, anyone that needs it needs to do aura repair. And if you never do aura repair, you need aura repair. Like, it's very rare. It does happen that I see people that don't do aura repair consciously and they don't need it, because they're doing it subconsciously, but it's not common. Very often it's needed to, it's been damaged for like years, and the person just gets used to it, gets used to that level of stress. So we don't want that. So have the gold light find the rips. You don't have to see them. Just imagine the gold light and the rips, and the gold light that you're generating with your hand chakras and your fingertip chakras. You just use that as like gold soap and water, kind of, to wash out those rips, and then they start growing back. Once they're cleaned out, they start growing back, and that's good. All right. All right, so now unblocking or unblocking, like I said, very common areas that would need more unblocking is the whole top of each aura layer and the bottom of each aura layer. So the top of each aura layer, the bottom of each aura layer. So we can do that. Just imagine your aura underneath your feet, and wash out the hard stuff there with gold light, melt it. Keep breathing, relax as you do this. So Archangel Ariel says that she wants to start talking and giving messages as we continue to unblock the aura. So, Archangel Ariel, she's just talking to me. She's not like channeled through me or anything. She's not like in my body. I don't do that. I don't consider that as safe as just saying hi and using telepathy and hearing somebody like a regular conversation. So I'm just going to say out loud what I hear Archangel Ariel saying to me. Hello, this is Archangel Ariel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So as you're doing aura unblocking, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I think people might not understand how that translates into quality of life. An unblocked aura is a safe aura. An unblocked aura helps you to be happier and healthier and feel lighter and less burdened. It helps you to function at your highest level. As Janet's doing the unblocking of the bottom of the aura beneath the feet, what that especially does is it helps you to let go. So if you have trouble moving on, if you have trouble, even if you're procrastinating and you don't know why you're procrastinating, sometimes it can be as simple as you have energy blocks and they're just not releasing properly. So Zen, sorry, Zen wanted to sit on all my notes. It's not gonna work. Okay, back to Archangel Ariel. So anyway, unblocking the bottom of your aura helps you to let go, helps you to move on, helps you to release and get over things faster. And that's important so that you can use your energy efficiently and not get stuck in dramas and distractions. Unblocking the back of your aura, which Janet is doing now, especially around your shoulder area and the back of your head area, unblocking that again helps you with energy safety. And so it helps you, the more present you are consistently, the better your focus is. Like you can be like, okay, I'm going to do some work right now. But then say you have too much blockage right behind your shoulders and your neck. So then you get maybe an invasive being or two, and all of a sudden you spend an hour on Twitter instead of doing work. And why was that possible? Well, that's possible because you have a lot of stagnant energy in the back of your aura behind your head and neck. So it's very easy for an invasive being to just kind of come in and change the course of your actions. So it doesn't mean that you're not you, it just means you're not at your best. So we don't want that. So again, this is unblocking the back of your aura behind your shoulders, your neck, and your head. And that helps with focus and energy safety. And while we're back here, I have to take notes. So this is again Archangel Ariel. So while we're back here in the healing this back area, let's also repair the good karma windows, which same thing is very important for energy safety. They are small triple framed windows that when they're healed and repaired and safe, only allow in a comforting and uplifting amount of energy, say good karma from the universe, or a comforting and uplifting amount of energy from the stars and the moon. And that's when these are whole and safe and protected. If they get damaged, then they are more easily accessible by invasive beings. So again, you may be spending too much time on Twitter or Facebook because of damage in this area. Or comfort eating too much, different behaviors that are not in line with your conscious intention. So anyway, to repair your good karma windows, you can just use gold light back here and they will repair automatically. You could also say, angels, help me to repair back here. And that would be good. Angels, help me to repair back here. That would be fine. You can also just recreate your good karma windows. And then just say, angels, can you check back here, make sure I did it well? And this area around the good karma windows, like in between each window, can be jammed up with energy blocks. So you could just lower those energy blocks down and then blow them up. Lower them down and blow them up. If you're healing someone else, then lowering them down and blowing them up might be a little overly pushy, because you want the person whose space it is to be blowing things up. So you could just use gold light and that would allow them to just sort of let go, and the energy blocks would then destroy themselves. So if you're healing someone else, you can still lower the energy blocks down that are around the good karma windows, but then just use gold light rather than blowing them up. And that way you just keep watching until they all dissolve. And then do it again, lower down the energy blocks that are around the good karma windows area, building up pressure, diminishing safety and focus, and just let those melt with gold light, or if it's your space, just blow it up. All right, so that was just a little quick version of good karma windows dictated by Archangel Ariel. So now we can get to the blitzing beings and getting rid of blitzing beings. And Archangel Ariel says that I can walk people through that. She's like, you got this. So anyway, okay, so blitzing beings, again, it's just like flashlight beings that I used to call them flashlight beings. But anyway, they're just beings that send a consistent stream of energy, and it's sort of meant to overwhelm you. And it's like a, like pressure washing a house or something. It's sort of a focused, strong stream of energy, and it's not a good thing, right? So you can just have your angels recycle those beings, so then that's out of your way. So, and if you do magnetic alignment, which we'll be doing later, that does discourage a whole bunch of beings, but then there still are some leftover blitzing beings that you can just regularly check for. It just takes a moment, and have your angels recycle them. So you just imagine like a mini you. So you can just, in this case, maybe reduce it so that this is you, this is your whole aura. This is like mini you inside here, and this is your aura, right? And that, the purpose of that is so then you can imagine all the area all around you, like maybe 30, 40 feet around you, and that's where the blitzing beings would be, is like generally far away, just sort of shooting energy at one of your chakras or at the top of your aura or whatever, right? So anything in there that's a blitzing being, you just say, angels, can you please recycle all these blitzing beings? And your angels know how to do that. Beings are spirits. You're a spirit, right? You're a human being. A being is a spirit. Generally, when I'm using that term beings, I'm talking about invasive beings. Blitzing beings are invasive beings. So they're just little spirits that are up to no good. And they're, trying to break down your energy. So you just have your angels recycle them, which is quick and easy. And what recycling is, it means, and the angels decide, so say there's some being that just got, in the wrong place at the wrong time, and got in with the wrong crowd or something. If there's a positive way that being can get redirected into a non-invasive activity, then the angels would notice that and sort that out for you. So you don't have to overthink it. Just let the angels do it. And recycling, most of them get recycled, and what that means is then they're just they're no longer those beings. They're just like general cosmic energy that, could later go into being made into a new spirit. But you don't have to overthink it. Just be like, angels, can you please recycle this? Whenever you find something weird sort of in your space, just ask your angels. Or like a public restroom or something, just say, angels, can you please clean this place out? You don't have to overthink of, are there beings in here? There might be, but your angels will clear it out. If you just, as you're walking into a public restroom, just be like, angels, can you clean that out? And they'll take care of it really fast. So what did we just do? We had the angels recycle blitzing beings. So you can comb through your energy field, see what that feels like now, or just sit and see how that feels now to not have the blitzing beings. It can feel quieter, like in a good way. And if you have pets, like I have way too many pets. I mean, I love them a lot, but you know, we have 3 dogs and 4 cats. And they, particularly the ones we have right now, they kind of, if you have even the smallest amount of inner noise, they freak out and they start getting antsy and worked up, you know, and they get worked up no matter, you know, at mealtime and whatever too. But you know, if you have more inner stillness and you're more sort of at peace, then they're more at peace. And that's true for human children as well. So in a way that's kind of unfair though then, because if you're having a bad day and your energy is like totally screwed and your aura's all ripped up, chances are your kids are going to be climbing the wall and climbing you and, you know, just wigging out because with kids, you have that, with small kids, you have that first chakra cord to them. So they could be blitzing you, you could be blitzing them, you know, with that, because your energy's off. So anyway, be nice to get those blitzing beings out of the way just with that quick angel request. And then, you know, you can check the aura repair. You know, your aura was probably, we already repaired it. But if you're, you know, say you just jumped to this part of the video, you missed aura repair, that's important to do. But of course, now we just did aura repair, so that's still good. But I didn't say out loud. I always say it telepathically, and I forget to say it consciously. So I will backtrack and say it now. Super buffers. Not only is aura repair important for energy safety, you know, if you're having trouble with beings, you know, chances are you really need to repair your aura, because beings can't get that much into you that you would, like, your mood is totally screwed if you have a repaired aura, especially if you have a repaired aura and repaired chakras, which we're about to do. But anyway, super buffers are these big giant gold energy force fields, like 6 feet force fields of flowing universal gold healing energy that you create and you attach to the edge of your aura, so that it's extra energy protection. You can redo them really fast whenever you need to. So say if some blitzing beings have been working their way, you know, halfway through your super buffers, then you just get the blitzing beings recycled in like 2 seconds by asking your angels, and then you redo your super buffers, and then you're good to go. But if you've been ignoring it and it's been happening for like 6 hours and you've just been like, oh, my kids are driving me crazy, that's what it is, you know, then maybe the aura damage, it turned into actual aura damage, your aura ripped too. So then you have the blitzing beings recycled, you redo your super buffers, which takes 2 seconds, and then you know, if you still don't feel quite right, then check to see, and you probably got aura damage. So just a little, but if you stay current with it, it just takes like less than a minute to do all that. But if you're a newbie, I know that seems like a lot. So maybe just a deep breath and say, angels, please heal me. You know, growth is incremental. So I'm teaching some very advanced people at the same time. So, you know, if this is not all as easy as I make it seem to you, don't lose hope. You know, you can start where you're at. So anyway, yeah, so just recreate your super buffers. And if you want like a video that walks you through not only aura repair, like if you've never learned it, and the buffers, the video is Janet Wright Gold Energy. Well, if you search Janet Wright, you search YouTube for Janet Wright Gold Energy Aura Buffers, then you'll find it. It's an 18-minute video. I'm outside and I'm very enthusiastic in that video. Even my hair color is enthusiastic in that video. Let's see where we're at. You know, we didn't do the shell. Let's get that done. You can have a hard shell. You know, and I don't mind, actually, for real, just a posted question here and there or a posted comment. I'll catch up on those at the end of the healing. You know, I'll just quickly address them. Oh, and I should have said this already. Sorry. We're going to have a whole Q&A in less than an hour. In like 48 minutes from now, roughly. There'll be a Q&A live stream, a whole separate Q&A live stream that I'm doing. And I would answer, and I suggest, you know, 1 question per person watching live. You can just post it at the start. But It could be about enthusiasm, your question, or any fourth chakra stuff, or any wellness stuff, any meditation, self-healing, any energy boundaries, any, anything about beings or whatever, but so that'll be in under an hour, that live stream. But anyway, so let's do the melt the shell on the edge of the aura. It's just a hard shell that you can get that can limit how much you can receive that's positive, as like energy healing from your angels or energy healing from me. So we don't want that, right? So just imagine if you do have a hard shell, and if you've never checked, you probably do have some hard shell to some extent. So maybe you can't melt it all at once. Maybe you can, just do what's healthy and gentle to do right now with gold light. You just imagine, like a big sphere for your aura. And then just imagine if there's any hardness on the very outside of it, and just melt that with the gold light. Sometimes people think, well, the hardness is there to keep the bad people away from me. But that's actually the opposite of how things work. Which is why life isn't fair, really. I mean, well, life isn't fair, just that's not how the system works. It's not about fairness with energy. If you're resisting, if you're like trying to keep the bad people away, you're actually attracting the bad people. The bad people is just I just mean, people that are, more prone to deception, or not quite as honest, or, really malevolent or whatever. Right? So the hard shell, that's not the kind of thing that would keep the bad people away. That would attract more drama, more negative things to you. What can help as more of a protective would be like the flowing gold buffers, keeping your aura whole and repaired, the big wide flowing grounding, that kind of stuff can keep you safer. Nothing really keeps the bad people away necessarily, but the thing is, bad people, that's a silly oversimplification, but a lot of times that's how people think. These people that have maybe underhanded intentions, let's say, they might be pretty good at reading, so they'll read who is less stable, who is more resistant, who is easier to catch up in some kind of drama, So again, that's not fair, right? Because you might really hate getting taken advantage of, right? But that means you resist it, which means it's easier to take advantage of you because your energy is just really imbalanced and unstable, because the resistance is holding in a lot of blockages, and so that attracts those people. So again, this hard shell is not doing you any favors. So you can just melt it, this hard shell of stuck energy that may be, and is probably there to some extent at the edge of your aura. So you just melt it, melt more and more of it away. And that way, because your angels are always trying to heal you 24 hours a day, and so you don't want to block any of that. Okay, good job. So let's see, what's next? We could do, we didn't really do much with the chakras yet. We just unblocked the back a little, but we did so much with the grounding and the bottom of the aura and the back of the aura that it helped the chakras a lot, because it's all interconnected. But let's explicitly do chakra repair. And we will do it with composite copy, but I will add the auditory stuff. Like clairaudience, hearing, and just listening. I explained it a little bit in the intro that I did. You kind of listen for any kind of scraping sounds that, because if you have a chakra, it's like an open cylinder, the chakra. So it has a cylinder part and then the round opening, 2 round openings, right, for each chakra. So speaking of which, I should keep drinking. Herbal tea. Specific herbal tea that I brew that, is suggested by my Chinese medicine practitioner. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna listen to the chakras and listen for scraping sounds or whatever that might clue us in to devices and things wrong with the chakra that we wouldn't otherwise have noticed. And so that will be kind of fun and cool. You can also do that kind of work, the auditory work, listening for scraping stuff, as the chakra spins, listening for any scraping sounds. You can do that one at a time with chakras, and that's fun. But don't worry, you can do that later. Like us doing this now, there'll still be stuff that you can do later with it. It's not like we're gonna make them so perfect forever that you'll never need this again. So, okay, so for composite copy chakra repair, you make a big gold tub of energy water, right, of universal gold healing energy, a big wide gold tub. And because we're gonna probably make 2 composite copies, so that's why I want a wide tub of gold healing energy, and you can splash around in it just for fun. Because why not? And maybe, give yourself a little facial, gold energy facial. That's kind of cool. All right, there you go. Maybe dunk your hands in it. That's always fun. Just soak your hands in your gold tub of energy. All right, awesome. Okay, so now just make a composite copy of all your major and minor chakras of your body and your spirit. So you can just do that with your intention. You don't have to know the details of what I just said. Just all your chakras, major and minor chakras of your body and your spirit. Just so it looks like just one copy, one composite copy. So one open cylinder shape, right? And just now, so the details, in case you're interested, of major and minor chakras of your body and spirit, what that is the 7 major chakras along your physical spine, the 7 major chakras along your astral body spine, plus the minor chakras, which are cool little acupuncture points everywhere in your physical body, and also some cool little chakras along your spine that are in addition to the 7 biggies that are along your spine. So anyway, so that's one composite copy of all your major and minor chakras of your body and spirit, and just dunk that in the gold light. And if you're cooking or doing something where you just can't do more than that, that's fine. Just dunk it in there and then leave it in there. Leave it in the gold light so it keeps repairing and keeps unblocking. But if you can focus on this a little more, then just, gold light around the edges. Send extra gold light around the edges so that you're washing those off and repairing them. So chakra damage could be little chips missing around the round openings. Cracks could be chakra damage. Whole gashes that aren't supposed to be there in the cylinder part, that could be chakra damage. So you just use cold light and melt away, let the damage repair. Also, while you're at it, you can melt away energy cords to other people. And the only cord that I would suggest that you keep is if you are a parent of a young child of yours that's maybe 13 or 14 or younger, then keep that cord at the first chakra. But you can melt all the other cords if you have any to or from your kids, because that's gonna just make you guys nuts and not like each other. So just the first chakra cord helps with your young child. But if your kid is older, it's time to stop cording them. Like if your kid is, even if your kid's troubled, but they're 16 or 17 or 18, there are other ways to help them, but cording them would backfire. So just a heads up on that. So gold light, and you're melting cords and you're repairing damage. You can repair even the opening has a surface to it, the round opening. So you can just imagine that surface and repair it. The surface, you can imagine, I mean, again, if you're a newbie and this confuses you, just ignore it. But the round opening, those surfaces, you can imagine them like that they each have little, they all have little pixels, lots of little pixels in them, and you just repair all the little pixels. So they're not blocked. So they allow energy flow. But if that's too detailed for you, don't worry about it. So what are we doing? We're doing chakra repair with gold light and a composite copy that just looks like an open cylinder. It represents all your major and minor chakras. So now we'll do the auditory part, which is kind of cool. And again, I said it in the intro, but I'll say it here too in case you skipped the intro. Don't count out all these different abilities, even if they're not strong to you right now, because you still have them. It's just the more you work them, the better you'll be at it. So give it a try, right? So when the energy spins around in the chakra, it's like, we'll have Jophiel explain it. Archangel Jophiel, she's like, I'll do this part, Janet. So, okay, Archangel Jophiel, that sounds good. So you can still imagine your composite copy of all your major and minor chakras and heal it as Archangel Jophiel's talking. Hey everybody, so this is Archangel Jophiel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So yeah, I'm going to talk about using clairaudience as you work your whole energy system, but right now specifically as you repair your chakras. And this is extra important because for enthusiasm, you do need your chakras to be in fairly good shape, especially your heart chakra, but also your 7th chakra, also your 2nd chakra, because 7th chakra helps you to just sort of set the tone for your day, helps you with confidence. 2nd chakra helps you to have positive emotions as opposed to depression. So these things and all the other ones need to be pretty functional so that your heart chakra enthusiasm energy can sort of win the day and you can feel that consciously. So using this composite copy, we're going to do this auditory type of chakra repair for all your chakras. So you just kind of listen to the spin of it. And chances are, if you've never done this before, you've never removed little objects in the chakra, around the chakra openings that are causing a scraping sound, then you are hearing a lot of scraping because this is a composite copy of all your chakras. So, you know, chances are there are some devices there, you know, maybe they've been there for 10 years, for 20 years, or a week. You can imagine them maybe like little razor blades stuck in there, you know, right around the outer edge. So it just scrapes. As the chakra type tries to spin, there's an outer part of the chakra and an inner part. And then as it tries to spin, it's just scraping against the outer part of the chakra. So you can look at the chakra opening, one of the 2 chakra openings in your composite copy, and just imagine the amount of these scraping devices that are healthy and gentle to remove right now, and you're going to remove them. And what you can do is just say, because there could be a couple little small invasive beings in the way of this, so you can just say, angels, can you please recycle any invasive beings that are in the way of this chakra repair work? And again, that request was, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings in the way of this chakra repair work? And then you just imagine these little devices, maybe like clips or razor blade, little thin slit things or whatever, and just, you can maybe make a big gold magnet and draw them out that way and hand the whole thing to your angels, or you can just grip them with your hands and pick them out and give them to your angels. And oftentimes you will find that you have some devices, say in the say with the round chakra opening, you might have some of these scraping devices at regular locations, like this drawing that Janet just made. This is Archangel Jophiel talking, by the way. Like this drawing that Janet just made, these could be the scraping devices that you notice. And so you just remove them. Just, ease them out with gold light, hand them to your angels. Ease them out and hand them to your angels. And as you do that, you might notice that there are more there. So there was one that you noticed, but then when that's gone, now you notice 4 more there. And so you remove those, and then you notice 1 more, and that's okay. And if you notice any, weird feelings that you're having, or any, anything moving, just say again, angels, please recycle any beings that are in the way of this process. So, and if you're feeling ungrounded, just double check your grounding, recreate your grounding, big grounding, red or orange or yellow, all the way down to the core of the earth, nice and wide, the whole way down, as wide as your whole aura. So double check your grounding, make sure it is flowing properly, especially in the back, especially in the core part. All right. So you have your composite copy, just one of the surfaces. You're looking for these scraping devices that just scrape and make it hard for the chakra to do its job of spinning, and just hand those to your angels. And again, you can probably very likely find more later when you try again, because right now you're just removing what's healthy and gentle to do right now. So, and again, you may have others that are in those same locations. So go ahead and remove those. And then just use gold light and repair the locations where those scraping devices were, because they were stuck in the chakra, which, damages it. So then you just wash it out with a metallic gold color of energy that you are generating from your hand chakras. And if you have any trouble with this, just say, angels, please help me to repair this. And you can also, with these devices, they can be in regular intervals, regular areas. So you can also have them, they could really be anywhere along the outside, but a lot of times they are in these sort of typical places. So again, they could be right here. And overall, it looks kind of like a pretty design, actually. But these are devices that it's making hard for the chakra to spin, so we don't want them, even though if you draw it, it looks kind of pretty. So Jophiel's making some jokes. So anyway, you can remove the other ones that you're noticing or you imagine. And again, hand them to your angels. These are just little devices that make it harder for the chakra to spin. And again, if you don't notice them, just imagine if they're there, and then just repair. Gold light to repair where they were. And do that for the other side. Just spin around your copy and do it for the other side. Just remove these scraping devices that may be there. And just heal and repair the whole surface, this round opening. And again, using clairaudience, hearing energy, you can just let the chakra spin, because to repair, you're probably on a subconscious level stopping the spinning of the chakra just to do your repair work. And then you let the chakra spin again so that you can hear to see if you have any more scraping devices that you should clear at this time. So you can just let the chakra spin and you may still have scraping devices. You probably do, just because if you've never cleared them, then you probably have a lot of them, and so it takes time to keep clearing them. But if you're hearing it, it's likely that maybe that sound, that scraping sound, is maybe half as much or something. So again, baby steps. So you can just do more later. You don't have to be perfect right now. But you can just leave that composite copy in the gold light and allow those scraping objects to be melted away by the gold light as well. So just leave it in there. And then really quickly, we will do energy channels, which are probably in much better shape since we got rid of those blitzing beings earlier. If you're doing this later as a video and you skip that, you can look up where we did blitzing beings earlier in the healing. But anyway, so you just imagine a composite copy that it just looks like a tube, and it represents all your energy channels of your body and spirit. So like, for example, you have a big energy channel down your shoulders and your arms, a big energy channel. Basically, your spine is a whole energy channel, up your legs, big energy channel to bring up earth energy. So anyway, you're just imagining a composite copy that represents all your energy channels of your body and spirit. Oh, which includes all the meridians, energy meridians from traditional Chinese medicine that do really, really important work in your physical body. So anyway, this represents all your energy channels, and just dunk it in the gold light. Let it unblock, let it repair. If there are still any leaks in your energy channels, just go ahead and repair any little puncture holes that might be there. Just let the gold light wash them out and repair them. Any cords, there's no good reason for anyone to cord your energy channels. So just melt away any cords going into your energy channels. If you feel like, yeah, you may as well, for good measure, just say, angels, can you recycle any beings that are messing with my energy channels? So again, that's easy. You just ask your angels, angels, can you please recycle any beings that are messing with my energy channels? And then again, just keep unblocking to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do these energy channels, because again, these energy channels also represent all your physical body energy channels, which have a lot to do with, say, everything about your physical body. For example, sinus congestion, whether or not you have a headache, how much energy you have, important stuff. So, so you definitely, with the gold light and the intention of just doing what's healthy and gentle to do right now, then you're fine. But unblocking to that extent is really, really useful. You still have to sleep though, people. Every once in a while I will get a client that's like, oh, but I can't sleep, I'm too busy. And it's like, no, that's not how the body works. You still do need sleep. But anyway. So what are we doing? We're unblocking your energy channels to the extent that's healthy and gentle. So you can just imagine energy blocks, like clogs, in this composite of your energy channels, and then melt the clog with gold light. And you may have, thinking of the theme, right? The theme is enthusiasm. You may have clogs in your energy channels that are really messing with your ability to feel enthusiasm. So you can extra hunt for those and melt those. Any enthusiasm blocking clogs? So, that part was just me, by the way, not Jophiel. She was like, oh, you got this. So let's see where we're at. Let's do magnetic alignment. So magnetic alignment is one very cool step beyond regular chakra alignment. Helps with energy safety a lot, so that your aura is a lot stronger, which discourages a lot of invasive beings, and it is just good in life. So that's good. So magnetic alignment, chakra alignment even, has to do with the major chakras of your body and spirit. So the seven ones that everyone talks about when they say your chakras, they generally mean the 7 major chakras along your spine. You have 2 sets of them, one from your for your physical body, one for your astral body, which is you as an eternal spirit. The part of you that can come fully into your physical body, that's your astral body. So anyway, your first chakra would be here, the base of your spine. Second chakra is maybe 1.5 inches or so below your belly button, depending on how tall you are. Third chakra is up here. Fourth chakra is right here in the center of your chest. Fifth chakra is here in the behind the throat. Sixth chakra, some people call it the third eye. It's behind your forehead. Seventh chakra is in your head, in the top of your head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? I have a free 2-page chakra handout if you like seeing things in writing and you want, you know, a handy reference of what each chakra does and an ideal color for each one and the location for each one. Just email me and ask me for the free chakra handout. I'll email it to you. Anyway, so for basic chakra alignment, you just imagine, let's do the physical body chakras first. So you just imagine the 7 chakras out in front of you, and they can be misaligned, like just maybe 1 inch one way or another out of their straight line pattern. And that actually does make a difference. You'd think, well, who cares? It's just 1 inch, but it's enough to make your chakras overwork and not quite work together. So it's interesting how subtle things really make a big difference. So this is just basic chakra alignment where you just run gold light through all. Right now what we're doing is your physical body 7 chakras. And just let them relax and fall back into alignment. And it's probably most gentle if we do first the physical body alignment, the basic, and then the astral body alignment, the basic alignment. And then we go back and do magnetic alignment for both. So imagine your astral body chakras, the 7 major ones out in front of you, just 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you wanted more like a video form of chakras and the flow and how it all works, I have a 3-video set, which I'll link below later. But if you search Janet Wright, 7 chakras, aura layers, flow, you'll find it. It's a playlist. So you would go to my YouTube channel and the playlist tab, and it's pretty far down because it was years ago. But it's nice, you know, if you don't know a lot about the aura layers and the flow and the chakras and how it all works. It's like 25 minutes to watch it all 3 videos, and I think it gives you a real good sense of things. But I'll link it below later too, in the comment section. Beneath all the timestamp links, there'll be videos that I link. Anyway, so we're doing your astral body, 7 astral body chakras, the major 7 chakras of your astral body. And just imagine them out in front of you and just run gold light through them. If you can't see, it doesn't matter. You can still do this work. It's not about seeing. It's about sending gold light to the chakras, and that's what repairs them. So even if all you see is black, go for it. So you just, with your intention or your thought, you create the composite, the individual copies of your astral body chakras, and then just run gold light through them so that they can relax and realign. All right, great. So that's just basic alignment of your astral body chakras. You may need extra work on like the lower ones, because I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm double checking the lower ones a lot more. Okay, and then let's do magnetic alignment of the physical body chakras. And we already did the basic chakra alignment. So the magnetic alignment, it's just, you think about the magnetic field around each of the chakras. And Oh, I do have that drawing in this journal. Okay, good. So, like, say this is your fifth chakra and your fourth chakra. Right here, fifth chakra, fourth chakra, the round openings in the front. But the magnetic field is like a flowy gold force field around the chakra, but it might not actually be centered around the chakra. I mean, it should be, but stress and damage and whatever, it just pops out of alignment. And so if you heal the magnetic fields, then they pop back into alignment, and that's what strengthens your aura so much more. Because it I don't know why, it just does. It's really cool. So and also there could be energy blocks stuck here in between where the magnetic fields are supposed to like click together. You know how magnets, they'll just like connect really strongly. So you could have energy blocks here in between the magnetic fields, and that's what's blocking the magnetic alignment also. So you just run gold light through the whole thing, the magnetic fields, the area in between the magnetic fields, and they'll all just pop into alignment so that then the magnetic fields center around the chakras and they all click together. The magnetic fields click together. It's very cool. So, get back to my note page. Okay. So just imagine the physical body chakras and the magnetic fields around them, and just use gold light and run that gold light through the magnetic fields around your 7 physical body chakras. It's really hard for me to find good like images of myself healing, because a lot of times when I heal, I'm like looking around my glasses, so it looks like there's all these weird healing shots of me going like this. But whatever. So, and another kind of quick fun thing to do to help the magnetic alignment, like if you want to make it happen faster, those energy blocks that are around the magnetic fields, you can just move the energy blocks over, like just the energy blocks, get them out of the way, and then if they're yours, just blow them all up. If you're healing someone else, you could still move all the energy blocks that are messing with the magnetic alignment out of the way, like all at once, but then just use gold light to melt them all. That's fun. And that will speed up the magnetic alignment more. So again, just move the energy blocks that are messing with the magnetic alignment, move the energy blocks over, and then just, if they're yours, you can blow them up, or you can melt them with gold light. And if you're doing somebody else, definitely just use gold light and let them melt, let them dissolve. So that is magnetic alignment of your physical body chakras. And again, you may need to double check the lower chakras. Maybe there's extra energy blocks in the way of those. So just, you can move the energy blocks out of the way that are in the way of the magnetic alignment. And again, those energy blocks would be like, that are in the way of magnetic alignment would probably be like right here in between the magnetic fields. So you can just move those energy blocks out of the way and blow them up or melt them with gold light. So that's magnetic alignment of your physical body 7 chakras. And it's an identical process now to do it to your astral body chakras. So imagine your 7 astral body chakras and then the magnetic fields around them. And chances are they're kind of out of whack unless you've done it recently. And so just, you can move all the energy blocks to the side and blow them up if they're yours, or melt them if you're working on, say, your kid or somebody else, if you're a pro healer. Just melt them. And that should be sort of a speed round of how to align them. Magnetic align them is just melt all the energy blocks at once that are in the way. So just keep moving aside more energy blocks that are in the way of the magnetic alignment. And then also just run gold light through the magnetic fields. So you can go ahead and move around just a little bit, because that's a big shift. You know, redo your grounding. You can change the color of it, red or orange or yellow. You can even go through all 3, you know, first red, then orange and yellow. I mean, whatever order you want. That's kind of a big shift. All right, cool. That was fun. So that was magnetic alignment, but also sort of moving the energy blocks to the side. So you can let me know if you want later or now, well, probably at the end or whatever, if you felt the difference with that, to move all the energy blocks over to the side at once and blow them up during magnetic alignment. Maybe let me see where people are at. So it's kind of nuts, but we didn't do any of the themes. Well, yeah, it's time for the theme stuff, more than time for the theme stuff. I guess the archangels were doing it with me, so they knew what I'm doing. Yeah, speed round. Well, this is kind of cool though, because then it's going to be this really, I mean, when you think about it, these all can be done quickly and simply. And so later as a video, this is going to be like a 15-minute speed round, basically, or 12 minutes, whatever, of like all the theme related stuff. So it's going to be a really awesome walkthrough for later. So that is kind of exciting. The archangels, like, you know, they tell me what to do when for these healing master classes. So they're like, yeah, you get it. All right, so Archangel Ariel is going to walk us through all the theme related stuff. How cool. Okay, so first, so I'm just saying her words. So first, let's heal inner wounds that are in the way of you feeling and experiencing regular amounts of enthusiasm, consistent amounts of enthusiasm. So to heal your inner wounds, you're already grounded, nice and grounded and flowing, because we did so much work. So this actually is fairly quick and easy. You just imagine some old inner wounds, and you can imagine them like slashes that you see out in front of you, or holes, like holes in the ground. And you're going to heal the slashes with gold light until they go away, they're healed. Or heal these holes in the ground until they go away and it's just level ground again. And that's healing inner wounds. And you can always heal inner wounds that are in the way of anything. You know, in the way of you getting over an issue, in the way of you being able to complete a project or stop procrastinating. You know, you can heal inner wounds whenever you need extra help. But now we're going to heal inner wounds that are specifically in the way of your enthusiasm. So just imagine them out in front of you as slashes or holes or both, and get to work. Just use gold light, relax, and let this metallic gold energy that you're generating wash out and repair. And you don't have to be able to see the metallic gold energy. It just can be generated by your hand chakras. And again, just use this gold light to heal your inner wounds. And if you want, you can do a whole nother batch of those, but let's move on. So that was healing inner wounds. So next we're going to do clearing childhood burdens. And all of these, you can do these again and again and again, like daily. You could do it if you wanted, because each time you're doing what's healthy and gentle to do right now. So childhood burdens, Janet mentioned in the introduction a bit about it, but it could be just basically oftentimes from parents, also could be from siblings, people you're around, and when you're growing up. And it could generally be subconscious, accidental, that people dump some of their pain, some of their blocked energy into your energy field. And that can be in the way of your enthusiasm now, even though it happened when you were 3 or 4. So we're just going to imagine the burdens as big piles out in front of you, like a little pile of energy. That's somebody else's blocked energy that was dumped in your energy field. And we're just going to imagine the amount that's healthy and gentle to clear right now. So maybe it's one pile that you see, maybe it's a couple piles that you see. You can say, angels, can you please double check my piles? And again, these are childhood burdens. They're just things that have been dumped on you when you were a kid. And then go ahead and use gold light and melt your piles. They could be from parents, from teachers, from siblings, people that you were around growing up. All right, let's do that one more time. Again, this is Archangel Ariel talking. Let's do that one more time, just because you can even have childhood burdens from past life childhoods. So I didn't say that explicitly, and so that's always interesting. Let's explicitly just help you clear some past life childhood burdens, because usually people aren't aware of their past lives very often, and so they don't know that these are there, and so it might not occur to them to clear them. So let's explicitly imagine some past life childhood burdens that are healthy and gentle to clear. You don't have to go into the whole big reading of what the past life was about. Just see the piles that are healthy and gentle to clear right now of past life childhood burdens. Say, angels, can you please double check my piles? And then go ahead and melt them. And if you're having trouble, you can say, angels, can you please help me melt my piles? All right, wonderful. So we're going to move on. That was clearing childhood burdens, both from this life and then past life. And of course, you can keep doing that as well. Then heal wounded inner child. So with heal wounded inner child, you could do up to, say, 2 or 3 inner children at once, little parts of you that are stuck in a child space and wounded. But I'm going to walk you through doing just one at a time. So you just imagine a chair out in front of you or a blanket out in front of you, some location where you're going to put this wounded inner child part of you. It's you, but it's maybe from this childhood, maybe from a past life. But anyway, it's you, and you put this little version of you on the blanket or on the chair, and you could make the chair further away from you if you don't want to feel the wounds that this child has. But you don't have to if you're not particularly worried about it. You can keep the chair, just outside your aura maybe, and just say hi to the child. And you can make an energy present for the child, like maybe a big ball of gold energy. Have your angels double check it and offer it to the child. And it could be that the child doesn't accept your present because the child is wounded. And so people that are wounded to that extent, it's hard for them to receive. It's hard for them to get better. So what you can then do is give a healing to this wounded inner child. We offered a healing gift. Sometimes that does work, but sometimes at first you need to just do a healing on this part of you, and you don't actually have to ask permission because it's you healing you. So just use gold light and be gentle and heal this part of you. So it's like a mini you, and you just imagine and use lots of gold light, kind of like a gentle shower around this part of you. Give this part of you grounding and just lots of gold light. And then you can even ask that part of you, how was that? And, maybe they give you like a little smile now, maybe they nod their head a little bit at you now. And you can go ahead and make another new present for that part of you, maybe healing energy flowers, maybe another ball of gold light. And just have your angels bless and double check this gift for this part of you to make sure it's just the right vibration. Angels, double check my present for my inner child, and then offer it to this part of you. And maybe after the healing that you just gave this wounded inner child part of you, maybe the gift is more readily accepted. So then you can just say, angels, can you finish healing my wounded inner child? All right, so angels work pretty fast, so that was enough. So that we just did one at a time, but you could, if you want, have like a chair here, a chair here, a chair here, and do 3 at once if you want. If you, start to like get more confident with that process, that's okay. You could do three wounded inner child healings at once, if you want. Okay, so we're gonna move on to heal your wounded. Heal your inner motivators. And oh, that's cute. Ariel says she's going to let me describe this one because I have so much enthusiasm for this technique that it's good energy for me to describe it. So it is true. I really like it. It can be a real big difference, doing this. So anyway, heal your inner motivators. You have parts of you that are supposed to like cheer you on, like, yay, good job, or let's do it. Let's get this out of the way. Come on, stop avoiding it. Come on, there are parts of you that are supposed to be doing that. So then you feel this initiative and motivation. And so healing your heart chakra helps with that. And we healed all the chakras. So I think that's good for that. But you can kind of target this idea of enthusiasm and motivation. Because I think enthusiasm and motivation, it's sort of similar. I mean, maybe motivation most people think of as like productivity, and enthusiasm maybe people aren't thinking of as productivity, but I use it for both. I use it just for fun and silliness, but I also use it for productivity. So whatever. So anyway, let's heal our inner motivators, help them to be enthusiastic, so then you just feel like, yeah. So I feel like in order to do a project, I need at least 3 inner motivators, inner parts of me that are like on board and excited. So just imagine your 3 inner motivators that are these parts of you internally that are most having to do with you feeling enthusiasm right now, and just see what they look like. So you can make 3 little chairs for them. And they might not be very happy, just because something happened a while ago or something. So now's the time to heal your inner motivators. So since I feel like you need at least 3, so that it's like really consciously noticeable, let's heal 3 of them. So just imagine 3 inner motivators of yours that need help, that are supposed to make you feel enthusiastic, and just heal them, so 3 little mini yous, in your chair, in different chairs, and just heal them so that, and you don't have to feel what they're feeling. If you're afraid of that, just like make a little gold gate in between you and that part of you, and then you can remove the gate, obviously, when that part of you is all cheered up again. But what are we doing? We're healing your inner motivators, these parts of you that are supposed to be enthusiastic. Healing parts of you that are inner motivators that would help you feel enthusiastic. And we're healing 3 at once just because I feel like you have 2 hands, so that's halfway there. And it's good to have 3 of them on board at once, 3 parts of you. So, and again, growth is incremental. So like some people that I was healing, their inner motivators like were depressed or angry. So now they're like content, and that's a huge step forward. That's a big deal. So just, wherever you're at, that's the idea, to go one step forward from where you're at towards enthusiasm. So don't give up if you're not like bouncing off the walls with joy all day now. You know, just understand that this is incremental growth and keep working on it, right? So just more gold light for your inner motivators so that they cheer up. Okay, cool. So that was healing your inner motivators. We're going to do the quickest version ever of fourth chakra and fourth chakra rivers. Just make a composite copy of your fourth chakra, your astral body and physical body fourth chakra, heart chakra, generates enthusiasm, and listen to it when the energy spins around in it. Just listen for like, you don't really have to put your ear to it to listen. But you're listening for like scraping sounds, which are not good, you know? And you can just lift out the devices that are making little scraping sounds, which it makes it harder for the chakras to spin. So lift out the scraping devices, give them your angels. Say, angels, can you please take these? And then repair. Just repair the chakra. Fourth chakra, physical fourth chakra, astral body fourth chakra. So you have a composite copy of your fourth chakras that you're using. Just a little extra healing because we already did chakra healing, so we just want to do a little extra. And then now listen again. So probably not perfect yet, but you know, probably better, less racket, you know, less noise you're hearing as it spins. And then the rivers, which I talked about in the intro, but you know, this flow in from the fourth layer into the chakra and from the fourth chakra out to the back out to the fourth layer. Those are rivers. They're like pathways where the energy flows, and you can listen there too, and the energy kind of hits the energy blocks. It makes a thud sound. So you can just melt away those energy blocks in the fourth chakra rivers, the front river and the back river. And listen for the thud sound. See if there's less. Still hearing it in the back, so you can, again, you don't have to be perfect. It's just incremental growth we're aiming for here. Yeah, that's nice. So that is unblocking your fourth chakra rivers. And if the idea of chakra flow to the aura layers doesn't make sense to you, that 3-video set that I talked about earlier, 7 chakras, aura layers flow, helps with that. 7 chakras, aura layers flow. I will link it below later too. Okay, so the last step, theme related, that we're doing, I know we're going late. Oh well. I will still do the Q&A, but it'll be a little late start. So let's do the bring in, the last step. It's so easy, but it is important. Because we did a lot of work just now, like redo your grounding, check that it's unblocked, like comb through, lots of gold light the whole way through. Unblock in the back and your grounding, check your aura, maybe redo your buffers, your super buffers. Okay. So now, even though you're all unblocked, especially at the bottom and the top of your aura, you still could have energy that is yours, that is enthusiasm, but it's kind of queued up out there, kind of like an airplane waiting to land, you know? But it's your energy. So just look for like balls of rainbow colored energy that's yours, that represents your enthusiasm. And just run gold light through those little balls of your energy. And that way, the more you do that, they can come in. And again, this is just little parts of your energy, your enthusiasm that you haven't been able to bring in yet. All right, so one last note as I am checking everybody out. I think on a spirit level, everybody gets it. So it's not really a healing thing that I need to do. But there is this wisdom thing about enthusiasm where, because if you're all hopped up on your own enthusiasm, you might want to share that with other people. And maybe it's not the right time for somebody. Maybe they're cranky and their aura's damaged or whatever. And so maybe they'll be offended somehow, by your enthusiasm. So you can just use your intuition and have your inner party, your inner enthusiasm, but like, you don't have to have everyone around you be as enthusiastic as you are, so just say hello to your inner wisdom about that, so that it's different. Like, you can have your own unique energy. You have your bubble and everything, so you don't have to convert everybody that you live with or that right? I mean, your enthusiasm will inspire some people, but you can use your wisdom and your intuition to know, what level of communication would be positive with different people that you know. But anyway, so cool. As we wrap up, just say, angels, can you please give me a blessing and a healing? Oh, yay. That was so nice. Okay, so I'm just going to glance at these comments, and then I'm going to take a break quickly, and then I'm going to start the Q&A. You're welcome to join if you want. I would suggest one question per person. And the question can be about heart chakra stuff, self-love, enthusiasm, self-care, motivation, compassion, but it could be about any wellness stuff at all. Meditation, energy healing, wellness, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so a lot of these comments I already read. Yeah, somebody said, what do you mean by beings? Which I already answered. So they said, thanks for explaining. You have a very peaceful, loving way about you. Have a beautiful day. Well, thank you. That's meditation. That's what that is. The more you meditate, the more peaceful you feel. I do have if you search Janet Wright Peace Now, I saw it just the other day, Peace Now. That's an old audio recording that is available to download from my website, but I put it in video form. Janet Wright Peace Now is a nice little 12-minute walkthrough that helps you be more peaceful. So it says, I have very destructive feelings lately. I want to destroy everything, including myself, my house, everything around me. Yeah, so I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, yeah, just work the basics that we did right at the start of the healing, the grounding and the aura repair. Because that, learn aura repair and grounding, those were the first techniques that we did in this healing and any healing. Because if you're feeling that out of control, you're just not safe. Like, everything's all ripped up. So you got to start with the basics: grounding, aura repair. And then once you practice that a little bit, then chakra repair. It's in any one of my healings if you get them, but you can learn yourself. That way you can do it more and more every day. But anyway, yeah, that's why people have really out of control feelings like that. They're just, you don't have, it's like you're not in the driver's seat. You're not in control of your car, so to speak. If your aura is all ripped up, then it's harder to deal with things. So yeah, do the basics. And, feel free to post questions under any video if, after you've learned a little bit, you have more questions. Getting rid of the blitzing beings makes me feel at peace. Good to know. Thanks for the reminder about healing inner wounds. Yes, you're welcome. Hey, Janet, family in town. I'm feeling wiped out. What's the best video for me to do to help? Yeah, just aura repair. You just got whacked pretty bad in the back of your aura. No chakra damage, just aura repair. It's half healed now. I think you just you have that shell, that hard shell, from being around them. You're so resistant. So then they throw stuff at you, and it just kind of forms this garbage pancake at the edge of your aura because you're like, ugh. So melt the shell around your aura. That's why the aura healing, just the aura repair didn't fully work. Melt the shell of pain and junk around the edge of your aura, and then finish your aura repair, and then redo your super buffers. Right. So good. Love the recording. Oh, the piece now. Good. I'm glad. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. This was fun. And thanks for staying late with me. That was fun too. And so later there'll be, you know, pretty much, what was it? The last 20 minutes or so of this video will be like an insanely cool theme related walkthrough. All right, awesome. So I will take a quick break and then I will do the Q&A live stream, and you're welcome to join if you wish. You're welcome. Thank you for my little pretty emojis. I like that stuff. My inner child likes that. All right. Oh, thank you. More emojis. That's so cute. So other than the Q&A that I'm about to do, which I'm excited about, and you're welcome to join in on, then the next thing will be the November triplet set, which is the set of 3 healings, which will be awesome. Starts on the first Friday of November. And that's all listed on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. The payment page is where it's at. It has all the themes through March of next year. Okay, bye. If you want, I'll see you in a few minutes in the Q&A live stream. So you can go to the homepage of my website, homepage of my YouTube channel, and you'll see the link for that live stream that's about to happen.